Did you know your liver is your hardest working organ? That's why you need a healthy liver. Hepatitis, for example, is a serious liver disease that can kill you if you don't treat it in time. Get a liver test today. Your liver needs your love too.
Assalamualaikum. Hello everybody. I hope you guys are doing safe and well. I know we are going through a very rough patch at the moment, बहुत मुश्किल time है, but I know also that we are motivated and we are taking serious precautions as well. याद रखिएगा, whatever precautions we are taking right now is all going to be worth in the end. So starting off, this is your host Wanya Usmani, and today with my team, Pakistan Welfare Organization Australia, are here collaborating with Hepatitis Victoria to present you, to give you a very interesting, informative session on liver and hepatitis, liver health and hepatitis prevention. So liver is a very vital organ that should be considered. Our liver is solely responsible for 500 functions, and इसके बहुत सारे functions होते हैं. अगर liver compromise हो जाए तो overall body का survival is going to be very different. It's going to be very difficult as well. लिवर को टारगेट करने वाली एक डिजीज है विच इज कॉल्ड हेपेटाइटिस. तो आज हमारा पहला एपिसोड इज ऑल गोना बी ऑन हेपेटाइटिस. व्हाट इज हेपेटाइटिस, हम क्या कर सकते हैं उसको प्रिवेंट करने के लिए, एज अ कम्युनिटी हमें कैसे उसको डील करना चाहिए. So in order to present you, to give you information regarding this, I would like to, and I'll be very honored to introduce you guys to our guest. She is Neelan Aikud, who is a health promotion officer at Hepatitis Victoria, and she's working dedicatedly, and she's committing herself fully to bring health literacy and resilience among communities. So I would now introduce you to Neelan. Hello, Neelan. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Wanya. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us, Neelan, today. So can you tell us a little bit about viral hepatitis?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's a good time to be talking about viral hepatitis because it was World Hepatitis Day on July 28, which is when we discuss around the world about the global pandemic, which is viral hepatitis. So hepatitis B and hepatitis C are the main types of viral hepatitis we talk about because they cause the biggest health problems and lead to the most deaths. Globally, it's a huge issue, and I guess viral hepatitis is it's a type of virus that goes to your liver and causes your liver to become inflamed. So the word hepatitis literally means inflammation of the liver. And the different types of viral hepatitis affect that process in different ways and have different outcomes and different transmission methods and different treatments available.
Can you tell us about how what is the rate of hepatitis in Australia, and if we're talking about Pakistan, can you just shed a little bit light on that?
Sure. Yeah. So there's quite a varied approach around Australia with all of this data, and it's a bit slow coming out. So I'm still looking at the data from, say, 2018. Usually we would have more up-to-date data, but a lot of resources are busy with COVID, as you could understand right now. But around the world, there are 325 million people living with viral hepatitis B and C. And of those people, 290 million people don't realise that they have viral hepatitis. The statistics in Australia are not so intense. So we're lucky we don't have the highest rates of these diseases, but we still have quite significant amounts. So it's around 226,000 people in Australia with hepatitis B and around 130,000 people with hepatitis C in Australia.
Yeah, I would like to present a link to you guys. It's just showing all of the resources. Can we have that link, please? I know these are very difficult times. These are different times. How do you think COVID is impacting the preventive strategies for hepatitis? Is it impacting those strategies at the moment?
Yeah, it is impacting a lot of people in how they approach healthcare in general. So we've seen the amount of people getting tested for viral hepatitis has reduced a lot. The amount of people accessing treatment for viral hepatitis has also reduced a lot. So, and that's partly because some of the medical resources have been diverted to working on COVID, but also because people are a bit scared to go to their medical practitioner at the moment, and people are staying home a lot more. But it's actually a trend with a lot of different issues at the moment, and viral hepatitis, if untreated, can lead to liver cancer, and liver cancer is going to increase if people don't continue to access treatment and testing.
Exactly. So, are there any goals which have been set to, prevent hepatitis globally?
Yeah, and that's part of what World Hepatitis Day really draws attention to. So in the year 2016, all of the governments in the world signed on with World Health Organization to eliminate viral hepatitis, because it is a global pandemic, and it's something that we refer to as the silent pandemic that really wasn't getting enough attention. So the goal is globally to eliminate viral hepatitis by 2030. So we're 10 years out for that, and we, as the world was tracking quite well in some places, not everywhere, Australia is on track, but we're seeing a real reduction still with the number of people getting tested and treated. And there are a lot of people who still don't know that they have viral hepatitis, and because you can have viral hepatitis for many years without feeling sick, you might not realise that you ever got it. So it's one of those things that we really want to make sure people are talking about with one another, and that people are getting those tests.
You're working for Hepatitis Victoria. So Hepatitis Victoria, are they currently working to, achieve those goals at the moment?
Yeah, so obviously, along with every other organisation, our operations have adapted quite a bit in this time with COVID. But one of the things that we do a lot of is education. And we have continued to do that, but now we're doing mostly virtual education sessions. Obviously, groups can't gather, but so platforms like this are fantastic for helping get the word out and making sure that people are still having those conversations. So education is a really big part of what we do. We also have a hepatitis info line, so that still operates. People are able to ring the 1-800 number, and most people ring to ask for advice or to find out where they can go to access treatment. So that's still something that we are operating fully, and we've also brought in a web chat function so people can send their messages and ask questions through that as well.
Okay. So thank you so much, Neelam, for sharing those so informative points. And hepatitis is a liver disease, and it can damage a liver. Yes, it's true. Is it lethal? How many is it a rate about it? I don't know how lethal is it, and how many deaths it has caused?
So I know that from hepatitis B around the world, there are 900,000 deaths attributed to hepatitis B every year. I don't have the data around hepatitis C globally, but it's a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neelam, for your time and those information and those facts. I hope you guys have learned as much as I did today. So thank you so much, Neelam, again, and hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you. Just before we wrap up, I also forgot to mention some of the other things Hepatitis Victoria do. So we also have an active volunteer program. We have a program for people with lived experience who want to speak at events. So we have a group of people who have lived with viral hepatitis, and some have had treatment, some of them have had liver transplants, and these people can come and speak at events. We also have our Hep Hero program, and that's something that people can nominate others or themselves to be a part of, and that's really about being an ambassador. And I think you're about to bring in our liver health ambassador that we're very happy to be working with.
We'll be just introducing her right now. Yeah. So thank you so much, Neelam. Okay, so moving on, hepatitis, it's a deadly disease. It's very common in Middle Eastern communities, especially Middle Eastern communities. To talk about how hepatitis is affecting Pakistani community, we would now love to introduce Health Ambassador of Hepatitis Victoria. She is Dr. Dhanak, a very familiar face. And a little bit about Dr. Dhanak. She is a medical professional. She is an MBBS doctor and had her fair share of experience in obstetrics and medicine. Dr. Dhanak is currently a hepatitis ambassador at the moment, and she's also working as a public relations officer at Pakistan Welfare Organization in Australia. So now we would like to introduce her. Hello, Dr. Dhanak. How are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, Vania. Hello, Nilan, and my salam to all the viewers of PWOA. How are you all?
I'm great. Thank you so much. So, Dhana, can you tell me what motivated you to become a health ambassador for Hepatitis Victoria?
Sure, Vania. You see, I've been working with Pakistan Welfare Organization. I've been volunteering with them for quite some time now. And they were approached by Liverwell, Hepatitis Victoria. And thus, since then, I've become part of them. And it's really an honor for me to be working for them. In fact, the very last year, in 2019, we had our Pakistan celebrity called in an event where we had our hepatitis, we had a stall for it. And people were very happy and motivated to see that there is something new in the community, a new experience, a new awareness to be created. They were approaching then, and even after the event, at multiple occasions, our organization is being approached by people. We are receiving messages, different calls that, if they want to be aware of it, how they can be tested, or if someone is having, how they can get, help from Victorian government. Besides, I would love to see the people of my community to get a better health outcome in respect to the viral hepatitis. I would love to see them healthy. So that's one thing that really motivated me.
Okay. So can you tell me why liver health is so important for us? Why do we need to worry about it?
Sure. You see, I would even like to include my own language, that is Urdu. आजकल इल्म तक रसाई आसान है. It's very, the knowledge is very easily approachable. You have internet. आप नेट पे जाते हैं, आप डिफरेंट सर्च इंजिन्स खोलते हैं, डालते हैं, मुख्तलिफ पेजेस खुल जाते हैं, and then you just have all the knowledge right in front of you. So people are more aware of cardiovascular diseases. They are even more aware of the kidney diseases. But liver is something that is not being enlightened. It's one of the vital organs. It's the second largest organ of the body. And just in layman terms, I would like to explain very briefly how liver is important. जब हम खाना खाते हैं, ठीक है, मुंह से खाना हमारे मैदे तक गया, वहां से डाइजेशन का सिलसिला जारी रहा, मुंह से शुरू हुआ, मैदे में गया, फिर आंतों में जाता है. अब आंतों के अंदर से एब्जॉर्प्शन शुरू होती है, राइट? The food being absorbed into the intestine is first sent to the liver. It's the liver that decides that what will stay, what are the toxins that have to be immediately removed from the body, and what are the nutrients that need to be circulated. So आप imagine करें कि एक organ जो एक चीज का decision ले रहा है, वो तय कर रहा है कि किसको रखना है, किसको निकालना है, वो अगर उसके अंदर सोजिश हो जाएगी, इन्फ्लेमेशन हो जाएगी, जैसे कि नीलन ने मेंशन किया, हेपेटाइटिस इज inflammation, sozish of the jigar. तो उससे आपके कितने सारे ऑर्गन्स इफेक्ट होंगे. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ जिगर की सोजिश हुई है तो सिर्फ जिगर का ही मसला होगा. ये आपके मल्टीपल ऑर्गन्स को इफेक्ट करती है. जिस तरीके से सिम्टम्स आना शुरू होते हैं, जैसे कि आपको खून की उल्टियां आना शुरू हो जाती हैं, तो बहुत देर में होती हैं. शुरू में तो एक सिंपल काई होती है और नॉर्मल सी उल्टी होना, जिसमें कहना थकन महसूस होना, थकावट, जोड़ों का दुखना, बहुत कॉमन सिम्टम्स हैं जो मल्टीपल डिजीजेस के अंदर भी आते हैं। तो इसलिए ये ज़रूरी है कि आप अपने जिगर को भी इम्पोर्टेंस दें, बी अवेयर ऑफ योर लिवर हेल्थ एज वेल, और उसके लिए भी आप मुख्तलिफ रिसर्चेस देखें, और सबसे अहम चीज़ आप अपने बेसिक टेस्ट करें, वो भी अभी मैं मेंशन करती हूँ शो।
डॉक्टर दानक, इज इट ट्रू कि जिसको मतलब हेपेटाइटिस अगर होता है तो वो कभी कभी इट्स एसिम्प्टोमेटिक एज वेल, इज इट ट्रू? लाइक वो सिम्टम्स शो नहीं करता।
ये आपने बहुत अच्छा सवाल पूछा है वानिया। इनफैक्ट जो देखें, जब भी हेपेटाइटिस होता है, सही है, तो फर्स्टली इट गोज इनटू द एक्यूट फेज। जो एक्यूट फेज है, इट स्टेज फॉर अबाउट 6 months, एंड दैट इज द एसिम्प्टोमेटिक फेज. You would never know the changes are happening because your body is actually fighting it. जब chronic phase में enter होता है, that's the time that the damage is done, the damage is progressing. So what happens is कि in the early phase you would not know. तो इसीलिए कहते हैं कि आपका जो भी जनरल प्रैक्टिशनर है, जो भी नर्स है, जो भी आपका कंसल्टेंट है, आप उसके पास जाएं, उन्हें बताएं कि आप कंसर्न हैं अपनी लिवर हेल्थ के बारे में, तो वो फिर आपको 2-3 खून के टेस्ट होते हैं, वो लिख के देते हैं। वहां से फिर शुरुआत होती है।
Previously you mentioned that there are few tests that needs to be done in order to identify hepatitis. Can you like list down those tests, please, for us?
Yeah, sure. So to start with, they do a full blood count. They check for the HBs, AG, the surface antigen, then the hepatitis B, anti-HBV antibodies देखते हैं उसकी। और अगर टेस्ट नेगेटिव आता है, like no antibodies are found, so you can straightforward go for the vaccinations, right? Vaccinations का ये है कि we have vaccinations for hepatitis B, and there are actually 3 shots you can get for it. The first one, and then there has to be a gap of about 4 weeks. You can get the second one, and then at about 4 to 6 weeks, you can get the final shot.
Okay. Dhanak, as you're a Pakistani doctor and you have spent fair share of your time in Pakistan, what do you suggest to Pakistani community or to other communities, how they can, work together as a team to prevent hepatitis in their nation?
About that, how they can prevent is, eating healthy. In today's era, everyone knows you have to eat greens. They know that you have to drink lots and lots of water. They have to take a balanced diet. It's the awareness is a lot regarding it. You have to exercise at least 3 times in a week. The preventive measures are that whenever you are using sharps like the needle stick, or even the razors, like people would go to the barbers and just get their the shave or anything. Especially in Pakistan, the sharing of needles is very common. The sharing of shaves,
it's a very common trend there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So avoid that, because the transmission is from the blood. When there is blood of the infected person on these sharps, then the sharp will firstly cause injury to the uninfected person, the healthy person, and the blood would penetrate, and thus there would be exposure to the virus. So avoid these things, avoid going to the quacks. People would just go to them, and there is no sterilization. Make sure your doctor is using sterilized instruments. And nowadays, the IV drug abusers, that's getting very common with the youngsters. So just, try to give them knowledge that, avoid that completely. You don't need to share the needles, or you don't need to do the drugs, actually.
I think this is also for health professionals, because they are the one who are dealing with these kind of, products very frequently.
Yes. And I forgot to mention about the blood transfusion as well. In nowadays, there is a special screening process which they make sure that hepatitis B, C, and all kind of blood transmitted diseases are not present. So that is one of the major cause of transmission as well.
Yeah, that's true. And there is an older community that may not realise that they have been exposed to hepatitis C through a blood transfusion that happened before 1992. So there's older people who maybe they never felt very sick, but maybe they're starting to feel quite tired. So it is asymptomatic a lot of the time. But one impact that people often feel is a sense of fatigue and low energy. So if you have low energy, it's worthwhile to get a test for hepatitis C. And hepatitis B and C have slightly different transmission routes, but it's important to note that in addition to what you were saying, Danak, also tattoo parlours are another area that it's very regulated now, but some people, when they travel, might get a tattoo, and maybe they go to a parlour that isn't being careful with making sure that everything is sterile, and they need an actual piece of equipment to make sure that tattoo guns remove all traces of blood. So there's quite a few risk factors, and some people find out that they have hepatitis and they really don't know where it came from. And ultimately, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's important to find out, because then you can actually get the treatment that you need and make sure that you look after your health so that you can live a healthy, long life.
Neelan, are there any governmental policies here in Australia which specifically deal with hepatitis prevention?
We have a strategy for hepatitis B and hepatitis C, and there is since the year 2000, all newborn babies have been offered hepatitis B vaccinations here in Australia. So if you have a baby here after the year 2000, unless you said no, your baby would have been vaccinated for hepatitis B, which is great. So we're hoping that in one generation, if everybody is vaccinated, then we will see an end to hepatitis B in the community, which would be amazing. And we also have put the hepatitis C medication on the PBS, which is the Pharmaceutical Benefit Scheme, which means that treatment, which used to be very expensive, is now subsidised by the government. So it's really cheap and accessible to access the treatment, which is a cure for hepatitis C.
Okay. Thank you so much, Neelan and Dhana, for joining us today. It was such a very... I honestly learned a lot about hepatitis today, and I'm sure our viewers must have learned it too. Thank you so much again joining, and we will take Neelan and Dhanak in another sessions again, and we will discuss about all types of hepatitis A, B, and C, how they're different from each other, what are the preventive measures for each of the hepatitis, and what can we do as a community to prevent that. So as Dhanak said, hepatitis targets your liver, and I think liver, as she said, is a vital organ. God forbid, if we damage one of our eye, we can see with another eye. If we damage one of our limb, we can manage with another limb. However, if we damage our heart, our brain, or even our liver, we cannot survive it. So it's very important for us कि अपना liver का ख्याल रखें, अपना general overall ख्याल रखें, and अपने आप को safe रखें, अपने especially in this time of COVID. Stay home, stay safe, and yes, hepatitis के बारे में awareness बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. जितनी awareness cardiovascular diseases पे है, उतनी ही ज़्यादा hepatitis की awareness ज़रूरी है. So I hope to see you guys soon, and we will discuss more about it later on. We have 3 more episodes to go. So stay safe, stay home, take care, and thank you so much for our guests joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye. This is Swanis Mani signing off. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Bye.
Did you know your liver is your hardest working organ? That's why you need a healthy liver. Hepatitis, for example, is a serious liver disease that can kill you if you don't treat it in time. Get a liver test today. Your liver needs your love too.